Welcome to the coach trip. 7 couples and a 30-day tour in the Mediterranean sun. For some of them, it could be the holiday of a lifetime, taking in some amazing sights and cities.
Absolutely amazing. Probably one of the nicest experiences I've had in my life, if not the nicest.
I've always wanted to do a Jeep safari, so that dream's come true anyway.
But for others, it could be a complete nightmare.
I don't even want to give the impression that I'm upset because I'm not giving him the satisfaction.
No,
I'm so angry.
Don't shout at me.
I'm
Don't ever
not
shout at me. You're making the
shouting
press
at you.
I've been
Oh,
talking
for
too well.
This is no ordinary coach trip, because if you don't like the people you're travelling with, you can vote to send them home.
The remarks they made were quite offensive and totally unnecessary.
That's another feeble and very childish excuse.
There are currently 5 couples travelling on the coach. Good friends Betty and Connie.
Oh, these my scorpion boots. I fetched them because I thought I was going to do some line dancing. But I didn't realise that I'd be treading on scorpions and killing them like that.
Barbers Alan and Lorenzo.
Right. One.
Friends Kerry and John.
I love it. It's one big party and you need to come with us. Come on! It's great.
Friends Claire and Kat.
I personally, I'm not very good with first impressions.
No, generally speaking, people don't love
very much dislike Kat when they first meet her.
I'm not good
Particularly
with first
women.
impressions at all.
Husband and wife Eileen and Alan.
Those people are so fantastic. They really are a great bunch.
And keeping an open mind throughout the trip is Brendan, their tour guide.
You know, if he wants to put on a frock in the quiet of his room, then let him, you know, as long as he don't want me to join him. Because I look terrible in sequins and things like that.
Yesterday, the coach crossed the border into Portugal, where the tourists enjoyed some R&R at the spa town of Monfortino.
Quite nice in here, actually. That's not me. Do assure you.
They then got closer to the wildlife on a Jeep safari, and then celebrated Claire's exam results at dinner in the mountains. At voting time, there was a twist. Brendan had organised a stunning suite for one couple. Eileen and Alan got the prize, and they wake up in the lap of luxury on day 5 of the coach trip. It's 7:45 a.m. in Monfortino. Today the trip heads deeper into Portugal to the historic town of Tomar. It's a great start to the day for Alan and Eileen, who spent the night in a luxury hotel suite.
The suite was outstanding. It had extra rooms, extra bathrooms, nice beautiful view from the window, which we found this morning was even more beautiful. It was just it was lovely, absolutely lovely.
Unfortunately, things are not as calm at the hotel where their fellow passengers are staying.
They're getting worse, actually, getting worse. We told them to be down at 7:30 with their luggage. I'm not happy at all. The girls have been talking to Kerry and John because I couldn't get through on the phone to tell them. So, you know, they're gladly happy to talk to each other, you know, into sort of hotel-like, but not to get down here on time. Punctuality is absolutely, you know, vital if we are to meet our schedule. And we're not going to do it today. Absolutely fuming. I'm going to have her now. Claire, darling, the only time I spoke to you at dinner was when I gave you a bottle of champagne.
I asked you when you made
No, you did not. Oh, no, you did not. God, oh, it's like you're accusing me of turning your alarm clock back.
Last night when Brendan made his announcement about times for this morning, he said luggage down for 7:30, breakfast at 7:45. And I said to him, if we aren't too fussed about breakfast, is it okay if we have an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes in bed? And he said, that's fine, as long as you're on the coach at 8:15.
Claire is now claiming that she asked me if she could have an extra 15 minutes in bed. Well, A, the only time I spoke to Claire last night was to give her champagne and present her with it. And B, we were on the different Jeeps and she never said a thing to me when we came back to the hotel.
I think he thinks that because we're younger, he can speak to us as if we're children. And I don't think he would speak to John and Eileen or Betty and Connie with the same tone of voice that he speaks to us. And that does annoy me.
Kat tries to apologise, but it's now the 5th day in a row that Brendan has had a couple come down late for breakfast.
So inconsiderate. It's not fair. There's other people that revolve around everything, Kat. Really.
I understand. It was a genuine mistake. We didn't mean to hold anybody up. We just thought we had to be down for
You know, he's waiting there to load the luggage. We said we'd all have it loaded. We could all come into breakfast at 7:45. This is what I said last night at dinner. When you were all together, everybody else hears it. Everybody else does it. Everybody else gets down. So, you know, with all respect, you know, I think you should just, you know, look at that.
Brendan eventually gets everybody on board, and yet again the coach leaves late on its 118-mile journey to Tomar.
Right, well, a very good morning, everybody. Are we all well? Thank you. And I'm sorry I had to get a bit hard with you this morning, but we do have a tight schedule to actually stick to. And one thing about Portugal, it's noted for every town has a pillory. And there are a few people I would like to have left at the pillory this morning, but that's just a little joke. Ha ha ha. Thank you, thank you.
Due to the departure of Paul and Heidi, and John and Irene in Salamanca, the coach trip currently has 4 empty seats. However, late last night their replacements finally arrived. And the journey to Tomar is the perfect opportunity for all the passengers to meet the new arrivals. The first new couple are husband and wife, Jackie and Phil.
Thank you. I'm Phil, come from London, 52. I like watching football, and I'm a window cleaner. That's really it.
I'm Jackie, I'm 50, I come from London. I work in the care home. Sometimes I clean the toilets and sometimes work in the kitchens, depending on what they want me to do. I do mystery shopping as well for certain companies.
What's this mystery shopping all about?
Go to different shops or restaurants and eat or do shopping and report on what I find, whether the service is good or not.
Yeah, and I recognise you now, aren't they?
No, I go in disguise.
The second new couple are husband and wife, Bill and Ray, from Liverpool.
Yes, my name's Ray. I'm just about to become a pensioner. My interests at the moment, we've been doing a lot of gardening, and I'm also a member of my local church.
My name is Bill. I was born in Walton, Liverpool at a very early age. Had various occupations during my life. Shopkeeping, cooking, fishmongering.
I have an extremely important question, and your answer will determine whether we want to talk to you again. Considering where you come from, red or blue?
So Phil knows where my loyalties lie, don't you, Phil? Because we've already spoken, and it is red.
Oh, yeah! You're allowed.
So the coach is back up to 14 passengers and fast approaching today's destination.
So what we're going to do, I'll just explain where we're going. We're on our way across north of Portugal towards a big, very, very important historical area called Tomar. It's a beautiful town. It's noted for its link with the Knights Templar of Jerusalem. Those were the famous knights who used to guard all the holy sites for the Catholic Church. And there's a beautiful convent of Christ there. The actual first master of the Knights Templar was actually situated there. There's also, in the actual town itself, there's the chapter house, there's also a synagogue, and there's a big, massive church of St. John the Baptist, all in the actual town of Tomar. But it's a very, very historical town.
It's 11:30 and the coach has arrived at its first stop, the Castle of Tomar. However, due to a strike in Portugal, the castle is closed to visitors. Luckily, Brendan has arranged special access, meaning the coach trippers are the only tourists allowed in today.
It's a beautiful, beautiful convent and castle complex dedicated to the knights, and it was their headquarters, you know, years ago. And we were very, very lucky insofar as most of the guides had all gone on strike, but we had special permission to go in, so consequently we went into Tomar and we had the run of the place.
So thanks to Brendan, the passengers are able to enjoy a tour exclusively for them.
It was nice that the temple didn't have any tourists or visitors at the time, because the whole atmosphere was so quiet and peaceful, and you can imagine just what it was like at the time.
The construction of the castle began in 1160, and the group's first stop is at its impressive Chirola, a reproduction of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Tour guide Antonio does his best to explain the history.
The main purpose of this water was to protect the Christians in Jerusalem. They live from France because this water was created in France, and to make the crusades to Jerusalem.
Unfortunately, Antonio's history lesson is a little confusing for Connie and Betty.
The Knights Temple was really, really old. I think it dated back to the 11th century. 16th. 11th, wasn't it? 16th. 16th, all right then, 16th century.
As you know, this temple was built in the 12th century.
I thought they would have looked after them better than what they have done, really. Wouldn't you? Because really it's face of their history. It is, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did, yeah.
History lover Claire is also enjoying the tour and hopes her interest in the castle will have other benefits.
Seeing temples was really good because I learnt a bit about the Knights Templar for my degree, obviously a history degree, and I think that's now winning Brendan around, finally, because I am actually listening to what he's saying, so I think maybe he's starting to like me again now. Whatever.
The tour is also giving the new arrivals, Bill and Ray, and Jackie and Phil, the chance to bond with their fellow travellers.
There was a real sense of warmth. You know what I mean? There was no edge on anybody, was there? We really felt the welcome there was lovely.
Unfortunately, the passengers don't seem to be showing the same warmth towards Jackie and Phil.
Jackie and Phil have got really bad hairstyles, and Phil has.
The blondes, no, that's wrong, that hair.
He's not popular within the group and people have took an instant dislike to him.
But the ill feeling hasn't gone unnoticed by Jackie and Phil.
I'm not too sure about Lorenzo and Dale. They don't seem to, when we talk to them, they don't seem very forthcoming. They're very kind of busy with their phones and things like that.
And they're looking at us and we're not doing a lot, and they're probably thinking we're loners and not wanting to get involved. We now need to speak to people to let them know that we're not like that.
Yeah,
we can get on quite easy.
With the castle tour at an end, maybe Jackie and Phil will get a chance to mix with the group over lunch as Brendan takes the passengers to their next destination. Coming up in part 2, the group continue their Tomar tour and get all medieval at an archery lesson. And it all gets too much for Eileen at voting time. Today the coach trip has come to Tomar, where the group have strolled around a Knights Templar castle and met two new couples, Bill and Ray and Jackie and Phil. The tourists have just finished their lunch and are now heading to their second stop of the day. Tomar is steeped in history. As well as the Knight Templars castle, it also has the oldest synagogue in Portugal and, on the outskirts, the 16th century aqueduct of Pagões. In a town with so much history, Brendan's decided his second activity will give the passengers the chance to learn a medieval skill.
We're having an archery lesson, simply because the instruments of war that they used in those days were bows and arrows. They're going to be taught how to actually fire an arrow, and we have some target practice. We're going to give you a little practice time as you are in your pairs, and then after the practice time we're going to have a competition. And the winner of the competition will get breakfast in bed served by me. And please, please be aware of the health and safety implications, because we do not want this to happen. OK?
So with breakfast in bed up for grabs, the passengers waste no time in drawing their bows for some practice shots.
And extend.
Yeah.
Extend.
Look.
Eileen's a natural, but John isn't.
Where's it gone? I've fired 6 arrows and they've all gone in the river.
That's right.
I didn't realise that I was cross-eyed, but I certainly do now and will be visiting an optician when on my arrival back to the UK.
Alan, on the other hand, has his sights set on a completely different target.
Girl, I said, can you show me how to hold the bow?
Oh, yeah.
I said, let me just, do you rotate your hip a little bit?
I mean, as soon as he got out and he saw this lovely lady, Julia, that was it, you know, chest puffed out, like a bloody peacock, really. Come on, watch the show.
Like this. Can you move your
With the practice over, it's time for the competition to begin.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after all your guidance and practice, it's now the real thing. So we've come to our competition. So can I ask our first archers to step forward, please? And it's Betty and Connie. Excellent,
Hey,
excellent.
brilliant. Well
That's
done,
6
Con.
marks, 6 marks. That's very, very good. Nil point, sorry. When you're ready. Oh, wow. Good.
How many points is right?
That's 2.
Oh. We're not having breakfast in bed, we're having soup on the couch. Pull.
It was another nil point. Excellent. That's 2 points. Just fire when you're ready. Just take your time. Brilliant. Black, and that's 4 points.
Oh, we're hit.
With Connie and Betty current leaders, all that stands in their way is Alan, but his target is still the instructor.
And he's sort of flashing his eyes and, you know, giving it all this, and, you know, me and Lorenzo are going to get a bullseye sort of thing. You know, and then he gets the old bow, you know, and he's looking at and smiling and got the bleached teeth, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, you know, just fire the arrow. Just fire the arrow. You can get a telephone number later. Nil point. And what does he do? Misses the whole thing. What are these? What are these?
You'll find out in a minute.
Well, they obviously don't work, do they?
You don't throw it
They're
at me,
just
you know?
for looks, aren't they? You just like...
It's just cosmetic.
Yeah, just like a window. Come on. No use to an ornament or anything. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the results. The best of all was Connie with 6 marks. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. So tomorrow, darlings, I shall be serving you breakfast in bed. But can I please ask you to a round of applause for our helpers, Juliana and Dora. Very, very good. OK. And if you'd like to make our way to the coach, because it's time for voting. Thank you.
On this coach trip, the passengers vote for who they don't like travelling with. Whoever gets the most votes is awarded a yellow card. If they get another yellow card on the trip, it becomes red and they are sent home and replaced by a new pair. Brendan gathers the group together to hear the results.
Well, good evening, everybody. Here we are in Tomar, and it's time for another vote. The couple who gets the most votes this evening will get a yellow card. May I remind the group that our newcomers, Ray and Bill and Jackie and Phil, are immune from the vote this evening, but they may cast a vote against any one of you. OK? And may I also remind the group that Betty and Connie already have a yellow card, so if they do get another yellow card this evening, it will mean a red card and they will have to leave the group. Once again, we need to know who you're voting for and your reasons why. Thank you.
Phil and Jackie are the first to vote.
Tonight we are voting for Lorenzo and Al.
They've been the hardest couple to strike up a decent conversation with. They've given us kind of like one-word answers most of the time, and they've been preoccupied with their music and their mobile phones, and I've kind of felt intrusive if I was going to talk to them.
Tonight, we also are voting for Alan and Lorenzo.
The decision that we've made was because we didn't think that these two young men made quite the same effort as all the rest of the team have, and everybody's been very welcoming to us.
We'll make sure we try tomorrow.
Tonight we are voting off Kat and Claire.
They keep wandering off and Brendan has to keep going.
Shouting at them, come back.
We're voting for Connie and Betty.
There's a lot of physical activities coming up, and I don't think they're going to be up for it as such. And you said you wanted to make to Portugal when we're here,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
they're going to go home tonight. It's got to be done, hasn't it? Can't feel bad about
Someone's got to go, and it ain't going to be us.
it.
Tonight we are also voting for Betty and Connie.
The reason being that out of all the people that we can vote for, we're probably the least close to you.
Yeah, fine. That's all right, darling. Don't worry.
That's fine.
No problem.
That's fine.
We feel bad, yeah.
But it's a game. And
Because they are going to
everybody
end up
came into
going.
it with their eyes open.
Yeah.
It could happen to us next week.
Tonight our vote is also going to go to Connie and Betty. So sorry. The only reason that they're getting the vote today is because of the way it's panned out.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for them, the new couples are immune from a vote today, otherwise they would definitely be getting the vote.
Tonight we are voting for Betty and Connie. And the reason we are, the coach appears to be travelling towards the coast where there's a possibility of water sports and other things being involved. And we want to give the greatest opportunity to the youngsters amongst us.
Yes, that's fair enough. I agree. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I do feel as though we're letting them down. I really feel we're letting them down. I think it's going to be unpleasant. I don't think they're going to take it very well.
Well, this evening with 4 votes, I'm afraid Connie and Betty, you have another yellow card. That means it's a red card. So unfortunately, I will not be serving you breakfast in bed tomorrow. But if you follow me later, we'll get your bags out of the coach, and unfortunately, you have to leave the group.
So with 4 votes, Betty and Connie get their second yellow card and must now leave the trip.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit harsh doing 4 votes. But, I mean, we only needed 2. And they could have given one to somebody else and one to somebody else, couldn't they, in their group. But that's what they done, so that was it.
Despite being voted off, they still enjoyed their time on the coach.
I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I really have had a good time. It's tiring, mind you, but it's been worth it. It has been worth it.
It's like winning the lottery.
Connie and Betty have managed to stay on the coach for 5 days, which has given them the chance to have some amazing adventures, not only in Spain, but also in Portugal. The trip has brought them new experiences.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful.
And lots of laughs. But, unfortunately, their trip has come to an end in Tomar, and a new couple will replace them on the coach. Next time on Coach Trip, the passengers' adventures continue as they move through Portugal and reach the coast, get closer to nature and meet some new faces.
It's nice to have 2 good-looking guys to look at, a bit of eye candy.
But for some, it won't always be fun and games.
He's so uncouth, rude, it's an awful man.
And it's not round the bottoms or round the tops, it's just about anywhere and everywhere that he can reach. And we find that quite disgusting.